Good.
So they can see us?
Yes.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
I'm Guillermo.
Don't let on your car. Okay, thank you.
I'm Karina.
Joe.
Jennifer.
Deborah.
And we are...
Say my last name.
Tawny.
And we are Super Dynamite Wolf Squadron.
I want it to be
Okay, shh. Jolene, remember you're doing slides.
You're at a gas station staring at a $6 price per gallon. You just finished filling up your 15-gallon tank, and you just paid $90 at this gas station. And you're thinking to yourself, man, is it time to start buying an electronic vehicle? Hello, my name is Vanessa Alcala, and I'll be persuading you to purchase an electronic vehicle. I've been researching electronic vehicles for about 2 weeks now, reading books and web information all about electronic vehicles, the plus sides and negatives of it. Although currently high in cost, electronic vehicles, like a barrier of new technology, there's a barrier of new technological improvements that are constantly coming forth that are making it cheaper to produce. So even though it's really expensive now, the more you keep, the longer you wait, the more improvements, the lower the cost is. But then the more you wait, the higher the price of gasoline goes. So basically, you're just making a balancing act. At what point is it going to cost you too much to own a gas engine, and what point will it be beneficial to own an electronic vehicle? Black gold crude oil is the reason why we're talking about electronic vehicles, so let's dig a little deeper into this problem. The price of gas is constantly going up, and it will go up indefinitely. It will go up with world demand, and until there is an alternative to gasoline as a main source to produce for vehicles, there's really not going to be, the price is just going to keep going up indefinitely, like I was saying. Back in 1999, when I was living in Texas, I went to a gas station in March, and gas was 99 cents. And I filled up my 11-gallon tank, and it cost me $11. That was awesome, right? Well, when was the last time that you purchased gas that was under $2? You know, it's been quite a while. If you look at the next slide, you can see this is from that was 1999. This was 2001. The next slide. This is 2003, and then the next slide. That's 2006. Next slide. That was 2009. Whoa! So you can see, the prices don't get lower, and they don't keep staying the same. With the more demand, the price just keeps going up, and it's getting harder and harder to find oil as it is. The gas prices is to be around $5.50 by 2030, and that is, I got that from the Clean Alternative Fuels and Electronic Vehicles, a new model forecast to 2030. So the only thing that they determined was that by 2030, not including fees or taxes or anything like that, just the demand is going to cause the price of gas to go up to $5.50. And then they believe that's the sweet spot where most people are going to be like, I think it's time to get something other than gasoline car, because it's just going to cost so much to purchase. If you had an SUV at $5, average SUV has 15 gallons, that's $82.50 to fill up that tank. And that's by 2030. You've heard about the cost of gas, but have you heard about? But what about the cost of pollution globally and locally? EVs produce little to no pollution. So one of the pollutions that they don't produce is noise, and that's not something you really think about when you think of cars. You think of, oh, CO2, air pollution, smog, stuff like that. Well, EVs produce little to no sound, so one of the biggest problems that people have when living next to a highway or an expressway is, oh, well, you live next to a really large noise-producing highway or expressway, so the price of your house is going to drop. If you have electric vehicles taking over the roads, then it might negate that type of hit that your house would take. Electronic vehicles are so quiet that states are passing laws that are forcing them to produce noise under 25 miles per hour. The reason why they're doing that is so that you don't hit somebody because they don't hear you coming. Carbon dioxide is another byproduct of internal combustion engines. It's estimated that by 2020, 1.5 billion vehicles will be on the road. That's twice the number that is currently. So when I flew into LA from Bangor, Maine, the first thing I noticed was the smog as I was landing in, and that has everything to do with the internal combustion engine and absolutely nothing to do with an electronic vehicle. Batteries produce no emissions at all, and I got that from the Electronic Vehicle Technology Explained. I bet you're asking yourself, okay, gas costs a lot, pollution is bad, but how much will it cost me? Well, the cost of purchasing an electronic vehicle is high, but our current incentives and future technologies are helping to lower prices. Incentives to produce alternative fuel vehicles, such as the Federal Emergency Economic Stabilization Act of 2008. They give you a $7,500 tax credit for a plug-in electric vehicle, like the such as the Volts, the Chevy Volts. California also offers its own incentive of $3,000 to $5,000 off of electronic vehicles. And I got that from the Essential Facts about California electronic car rebate. They did a study from, and they found that 80% of people who test an electronic vehicle plan to purchase an electronic vehicle within the next 5 years. And I got that from the UC Davis Mini consumer study. And basically what it was they had a bunch of Mini Coopers, and they were like, hey, if you lease it, you get to ride this around and then tell us what you think about it. And they polled, and 80% of them said, yes, I would definitely buy an electronic vehicle within 5 years. Battery technology is improving rapidly, and because it's improving rapidly, it will reach consumers faster because of the production costs that are dropping. Electronic vehicles, electronic vehicles. The different types of technology they're developing right now is like a battery liquid. So you have a battery, you run out of juice, you go to the battery refill station, and they suck out the liquid out, and then they put new battery juice in, which is fully charged, and then you take off. It takes about the same time to fill up your tank as it would be to fill up a gas tank. Another one is to have a dry battery, which is a normal batteries right now, like lithium-ion, use a liquid. And the dry battery is a lot lighter, so you can travel further, and it'll be a little cheaper to produce. But the main thing is that it won't weigh as much, so you'll be able to travel a lot further. And there's another battery technology which uses plastics, but I didn't really read too much on that. So you've just been persuaded by me, but let's cover some key points just in case you haven't been fully convinced. So let's say gas cost is rising every year, and by 2030 it's estimated to be $5.50, not including fees or anything else, or anything else. And electronic vehicles produce less pollution than internal combustion engines, and the costs are going down for electronic vehicles every year, and the cost of owning an internal combustion engine are going up every year. Finally, I want you to purchase an electronic vehicle within 5 years because you care about pollution, you care about how much it costs to refuel your car, and you know you better do it now, or you better do it sooner than when it's too late. My name is Modesto, and thank you. Man, that was like right on the button, and I didn't have you go beyond the slides, but that's all right.
Cool.
Those are the best slides.
Whoa.